What I'm going to share with you today not only changed my business, but also my life, and it may change yours too. Hi, I'm Michelle, a carpooling, driving mom of two, top producing real estate agent, and overall builder of businesses and generator of ideas. I have built multiple successful businesses, and I've always built on my terms, accommodating my family along the way. When I first got started in real estate, I was told by my broker and my team lead to door knock and cold call and sit on open houses every weekend. Well, after doing this for a little bit, I quickly found out that was not for me and how I wanted to build my real estate business. Fast forward 15 years, and I have been running a successful six-figure working by referral real estate business part-time. I got my broker's license, and I've owned my own boutique brokerage, and I have built many real estate businesses between drop-off and pickup. I thought I had it all until I was introduced to eXp. So why eXp? One day when I was doing the social media scroll, I noticed that one of my friends, a fellow mom in real estate who had built her real estate business similar to mine, and who also owned a boutique brokerage, had switched brokerages. I had heard of eXp, so when she said that's where she moved her license to, I was very intrigued to find out why. You see, Lindsay and I were simultaneously building our businesses in similar ways. Both of us are moms, both of us work as solo agents who own boutique brokerages, and both of us focus on multiple revenue streams. Both of us were leveraging referrals to drive our results. So how did eXp fit into it? What did she know that I didn't? She shot me a DM and invited me to coffee. Now you have to know that when I say I was happy with where I was at, I mean it. I was off the charts happy. I owned my own brokerage. I didn't report to anyone. I ran a successful real estate business. I thought I would stay with my brokerage the rest of my career. So after meeting with Lindsay for coffee, I can honestly say I didn't take the leap at that moment. Should have I? Probably, but timing wasn't right, and with most things, timing is everything. After watching Lindsay, Amy Gregory, and GoGo, and many others for over a year, I was finally ready to make the move. Moving your license is not a light decision, so I understand where you are coming from, because I too was there once. I reached back out to Lindsay, and Amy sent me the video that changed everything. I was finally in the space to see the opportunity for what it truly was. I watched the video that was sent to me, then I watched it again, and then I didn't sleep for a few nights. After talking with my husband and running multiple sets of numbers, once I saw it, I couldn't unsee it. Never had I seen an opportunity like this for a part-time solo agent like myself. You see, we're often taught there is only one way to scale in real estate. Build a big team, rent office space, buy leads, hire more agents, do more and more transactions, and then rinse and repeat. Open another office space, and on it goes. I get it, it works, but it didn't work for me, a mom of two who, while incredible at her job, I also valued dinner time with my family, driving carpool, and watching my boys' sporting games on the weekends. Which meant the two most important things to me were constantly at odds: my career and my motherhood. As such, I was closely evaluating all of my opportunities and assessing them under a variety of variables. The question I was circling on was, how do I grow my real estate business while not sacrificing my motherhood in the process? Constraints like these have always made me more creative and innovative in my business, and this time was no exception. When I watched that video, what I saw changed everything I thought I knew about the real estate industry and made instant sense to me. What I saw suddenly turned the tables, and instead of being the underdog, solo part-time agent, I was now on equal footing. You see, there hasn't been a great spot for me to exist in this business, which is why I started my own small boutique brokerage. Teams don't want me, my part-time hours, and I don't want them and their rules. And yet, if I'm being honest, running this gig solo, well, it's had its lonely moments. As I watched, it dawned on me that there was a massive disruption happening in the real estate industry, being driven by a cloud-based technology-driven brokerage called eXp Realty. I was so excited by what I saw. It was innovative, it was smart, it was forward-thinking, it had a spot for an agent like me to build, and I could build big. You see, I've always used social media to build my business. Social media is the great equalizer for solo agents like me. It's free and its reach is wide, far, and deep. With the eXp model, I was no longer tied to my local area, which means I was perfectly positioned to scale. I immediately began making arrangements to make the switch to eXp Realty. So the question is this: how in the world does a solo part-time agent like me use eXp's model to scale and build alongside the big boys? I always like to say eXp is the great equalizer, and to understand why, we need to pull back the curtain and see the big picture of business building as a whole. Historically, we can see that industries are transformed when disruptive technology is introduced. Take a look at Blockbuster as a perfect example. Blockbuster Video was a massive $5 billion company with over 9,000 brick and mortar stores. They completely dominated the industry, right? Please tell me you knew to be kind and rewind. Netflix, on the other hand, had no stores, but they came along with a new model that grew into streaming video, and within a few short years, they had put Blockbuster out of business. The same thing happened with the travel industry. Do you remember going to your travel agent to book a vacation? I know I do. Or a cruise? Not anymore. Travelocity, Hotels.com, and all the other travel sites, they changed all of that. We've seen the same thing happened with the taxi industry and Uber, and it happened in the hotel and accommodation industry with Airbnb. Airbnb doesn't own any hotel rooms. They are a cloud-based company as well. Perhaps, though, the most obvious example of industry disruption is the retail space and Amazon. There are thousands of brick and mortar stores that have shut down every single year, while Amazon, well, they're doing better than ever. Across the board, cloud-based companies have disrupted these industries, and now the same industry-changing disruption is happening in real estate. eXp Realty is a cloud-based, technology-driven real estate company that has brought the most innovative changes we've seen in the real estate industry in over 100 years. The old traditional real estate brokerage model typically works like this. There's a big international company at the top, like RE/MAX, Century 21, Coldwell Banker. Then they divide the country into regions. From there, they create franchises, which brokers, owners purchase. Those brokers and owners then have to hire managers and recruiters and office staff who will all need a place to go. So they rent office space and buy equipment and pay utilities. The brokers and owners take on most of the risk, paying for the office space, then paying more to fill it with copy machines, internet, desks, computers, and coffee pots. Underneath all those expenses is the agent, who prospects the client, does the transaction, and collects the commission, which then needs to pay for all of that overhead. Their commissions get divided up to pay the broker, who pays the franchise, who pays the region, who pays the big international company at the very top. This model is all fine and good. It's clearly worked for several decades. But now the internet exists, making this top-heavy model incredibly difficult to sustain long-term. It's inefficient, stunts growth of the agent, and doesn't allow for collaboration. eXp Realty is the new model. It's a cloud-based, technology-driven company that eliminates costly commercial space because it's all in the cloud, which means all that freed up money now goes back to making the agents' businesses and lives better in two major ways. First is that it invests in creating and providing the best business systems possible to support agents, systems to help streamline their work so that they can do more in less time. This frees up the agent's time and allows them to be more efficient in their business. The second is that it puts more money back into the agent's pockets, which in turn allows them more opportunities to create additional revenue streams inside their businesses. Because the agent now has more time and more capital. Through eXp's model, we're seeing more agents begin to think like CEOs instead of employees, and they are building very robust, profitable, and scalable businesses in a variety of ways. At eXp, the agent, that's you, is not at the bottom like the old model. Instead, the agent is at the top because we actually share in the ownership of the company, and we are backed directly by a multi-billion-dollar international tech company. Now, working at eXp, my efforts to increase my business and the businesses of other agents around me directly impacts me because I hold ownership in the company. Let's break down how and why this works so well. There are three major components to eXp's innovative model. First is our cloud office. It's a virtual office that allows you to work from anywhere. These are the business systems that I was telling you about that allow you to streamline your work and create more efficiencies in your business. eXp World is a cloud campus that allows you to attend meetings and classes and collaborate seamlessly with agents around the world. Have a question for your broker? Simply walk into their office during office hours and ask. An agent's ability to access their broker, company resources, and collaborate with other agents and attend classes is unparalleled with eXp World. Have a question about a commission check? Just head to accounting and ask. Looking for more education? Aren't we all? Good news, there's over 50 hours of live education every single week. Even better, it's taught by other successful agents that are in the trenches with you right now. How amazing for me, a solo agent in Sacramento, California, to have the ability to learn from a mega team leaders in North Carolina or Arizona and Michigan. You can't put a price tag on that kind of collaboration. It's literally shaved off years of struggles and figuring it out in my business. You can attend classes that cover lead generation, social media, CRM management, farming, and so much more. Let me ask you a question. How much education and collaboration does your current company offer you? What is your current ability to pick up the phone and access to people that are 5, 10 years ahead of you in this business to advise you? Because let me tell you, the amount of education combined with collaboration is like nothing I've ever seen before at eXp. It is unparalleled in this industry. On top of that, every agent at eXp gets the most powerful CRM and lead generation platform available today. It's called KV Core. Non-eXp agents pay over $600 per month for this service. That's $7,000 a year. This system sends buyers and seller leads right to your phone. Clients that are ready to buy right now. Clients that are ready to sell right now. And KV Core is included for every eXp agent as part of their $85 monthly fee. KV Core is the industry-leading system that provides you with a personalized IDX website, CRM, email and text campaigns, squeeze pages, landing pages, and so many other possibilities. You also get SkySlope, which is the top transaction management software in the industry. SkySlope allows every agent to manage their business in an all-in-one paperless system. This system allows agents the ability to, again, be more efficient in their business because organization becomes effortless. Let's talk about marketing collateral. That's always a concern for agents as well. Good news, the eXp Marketing Center has over 5,000 pieces of marketing material to choose from. And you guessed it, it's all in the cloud, so it's easy for every agent to simply plug and play. Need an open house flyer? We've got you covered. Need postcard mailers? Yep, we've got those too. Signed business cards, social media, posts, it's all there in the eXp Marketing Center. Simply plug in your info and you're good to go. Literally everything you need to run not only an incredible, efficient business, but also a scalable business is provided for you. It's just a matter of you deciding to leverage it. Now, if you still want to go into a physical office, we understand there's power and efficiency in that as well. You don't have to give up your physical office. Every eXp agent receives a Regus membership, so you can use any one of their thousands of flexible workspaces all over the country. These spaces are beautiful and incredibly functional, giving teams of all sizes an inspiring environment to focus, collaborate, and do their best work. Work wherever your business takes you. Workspace locations are in every major town, city, and transport hub worldwide. Think of the opportunities with this at your disposal. Want to extend your family vacation? Book office space in whatever city you're traveling to. Want to grow outside your local market? Now it's easier to hold your license and office in multiple states. These are the features of the Cloud Office, which is the first major components to eXp Realty. The second major component to eXp model is the Agent Equity Program. eXp agents have ownership in the company as stockholders. Is there another brokerage where the agents own a portion of the company? At eXp, we own the company together, a publicly traded, multi-billion-dollar company with zero debt. We're traded on the NASDAQ with all of the big boys like Apple, Amazon, and Google, and our ticker symbol is EXPI. At eXp, when you sell your first home each anniversary year, you get stock in the company. When you reach your commission cap, you get stock in the company. When an agent you brought into the company sells their first home, you get stock in the company. Can you begin to see how this creates an environment for collaboration amongst agents? We all own portions of the same company, so we're all working towards the same goal. When one agent at eXp wins, we all win. Now, if you are a top producing agent, we call them icon agents, you can get up to $16,000, which is your entire cap back in stock if you hit certain production numbers and cultural goals within your anniversary year. This component is worth you sitting down with a notebook and pencil to do the math. It's incredibly powerful. On top of that, yes, there's more. There's also an agent equity program that you can enroll in if you'd like. It's totally optional and totally amazing if you ask me. Should you decide to enroll, eXp will allow you to take 5% of your commission checks and buy eXp stock at a 10% discount. I'm not sure what your financial advisor would tell you, and this decision is completely on you, but as an independent contractor, this is a huge asset to my business. The third major component to eXp is the revenue share plan. Now, we need to understand that a revenue share plan is fundamentally different than a profit share plan, because revenue and profit, as we all well know, are two totally different things. Revenue is the total earnings of a company with any expenses deducted. Profit, however, is total revenue minus all expenses. I don't know about you, but my revenue line item and my profit line item look fundamentally different in the sense that one tends to always be fundamentally larger than the other. If a business can show no profit, then a profit share plan has nothing to share. On the flip side, a revenue share plan always pulls numbers directly off the top before expenses are deducted. At eXp, when you sponsor an agent and they sell a home, you get a percentage of that commission. And that percentage comes from the eXp portion of the split, not the agent's. So let's break this down a bit. Because whether you ever sponsor an agent at eXp or not, the revenue share plan is one of the most important components to eXp because it supports agent collaboration, which always helps the growth of an agent's business. Agents you directly sponsor or partner with are in your first tier, and you receive 3.5% of their gross commission until they reach their cap of $16,000. So the maximum revenue share you can receive from an agent in your first tier is $2,800 per agent. If you create 10 tier 1 partnerships with capping agents, you earn $2,800 times 10 or $28,000 per year. Now, when you've created 5 tier 1 partnerships with producing agents, that unlocks revenue share on tier 2, which are the agents your tier 1 attracts to the company. So tier 1 agents are the ones you personally attract, and tier 2 agents are the ones your tier 1 agents personally attract. And so on and so forth, and it goes down the line for 7 tiers. Now from tier 2, you receive 4% of the gross commissions from those agents until they cap, which is a maximum of $3,200 per agent on tier 2. So you actually receive more revenue share from your tier 2 than you will from tier 1, because you've expanded past your own business and have now focused on others. Creating circumstances for agents to collaborate is a big part of the company culture, which is why you see agents building bigger than ever and more innovative than ever. As you attract more agents to the company, you unlock more tiers. So when you attract 5 producing agents to the company, it unlocks tier 2. When you attract 10 producing agents, it unlocks tier 3, and so on until you unlock 7 tiers. As you can imagine, financially aligning agents into tiered partnerships suddenly changes agents' behavior. Instead of constantly competing with one another, we see agents collaborating on a massive scale. So instead of going it alone or paying huge sums for coaching agents, even solo ones like myself, are now able to tap into resources that have never before been available to them. Let's be honest, real estate has never been for the faint of heart. It's an incredibly competitive industry. If you're not careful, it will consume you. It will consume you with demanding clients, never-ending transactions, and cutthroat colleagues. Not to mention the toll of being responsible for most people's biggest financial and emotional investments. The hamster wheel of transactions and the pursuit of continued growth keeps even the very best agents up at night. If you're not careful, it becomes a constant treadmill that is always picking up speed that you can never get off of, because what you did last year always needs to be repeated, but better the following year. Under eXp's model, with the opportunity to gain stock in company paired with the ability to partner with other agents around the world and create passive income, which is a direct result of their expertise, agents suddenly have the opportunity to create multiple revenue streams. Instead of being held captive by the industry, agents with careful planning and diligent effort are able to insulate their businesses and, like other professionals, create an exit strategy. I want you to do a little bit of math for me, okay? Write down these numbers. The first number is $2.35 million. The next number is 4%, and the third number is $94,000. So what do these numbers mean? If you want to retire and you've worked really hard and been incredibly disciplined to save and invest $2.35 million, that's not easy to do. Most financial advisors will tell you that you can take 4% of that investment every year to live off of without eroding your principal investment of $2.35 million. If you had $2.35 million of investments each year, you pulled out 4% of that, you would have created a passive yearly income of $94,000. Now, let's take a look at another way to arrive at that number of $94,000 a year in passive income with revenue share. With revenue share, if you attract 5 producing agents and those agents each do the same, you'd end up with 5 agents in your first tier, which would yield you $14,000 a year in passive income. If those 5 each bring 5, you'd have 25 agents on your second tier, which would yield you $80,000 a year in passive income. And those numbers together, you'd guess it, you'd produce $94,000 in passive income, skipping over the minor step of saving over $2 million. Good decisions always tend to have good byproducts, and this holds true in this model as well. Not only do I get to create an incredible revenue stream for me and my family, one in which we're able to enjoy the fruits of today, I now also get to collaborate with agents across the country and help them improve and increase their businesses. If I'm being honest, This has been the surprise of my life and has vastly improved my own business in immeasurable ways. The opportunities for a solo agent like myself to be insulated with some of the industry's giants is profound. So let's play with some numbers, shall we? I told you when I saw the model, I did a lot of math and I ran a lot of scenarios, and I encourage you to do the same because we want to use the data to make informed decisions in our businesses. Over the years, I have learned the numbers never lie. So you're gonna wanna run some numbers on this. What if you attracted 10 producing agents and they each did the same? What would those numbers look like? In that scenario, you'd have 10 agents on your first tier, which would yield you $28,000 a year, and 100 agents on your second tier, which would yield you $320,000 a year, for a total of $348,000 a year, or $29,000 per month in passive income. That's pretty incredible compensation for contribution, right? Sure, it might take you 5 years to accomplish it, but remember how much you have to save and invest in order to create $94,000 of passive income for retirement. $2.35 million. I think we can all agree that number would also probably take 5 years or maybe even more to accomplish. In fact, anything that produces an incredible result often takes time, talent, and work to create. This is no different. So let's be clear. Are all agents you attract going to be fully capping agents? Of course not. That's like thinking every single one of your kids is always going to be a straight A student. And is every agent you attract going to bring 10 more with you? Again, no. Some will bring 0, some will bring 8, and others will bring 18. Participating in agent attraction is totally optional. You don't have to attract any agents if you don't want to, but it's nice to know that if you have a friend that decides to join the company, you'll be compensated for your efforts. At the end of the day, there are a variety of reasons that agents join us here at eXp. Some agents come for the cloud office and the robust business systems. It helps them sell more homes. Others come for the amazing education offered and the collaboration that can be created. Still, others love the ability to earn stock or obtain health insurance. And yet, others just love the simple low-cost fee structure, which is outlined as follows. Every agent in the company is on the same commission structure, 80-20 split with a $16,000 annual cap. So once you reach $80,000 in GCI, you've reached your $16,000 cap, and you go to a 100% split with a $250 per transaction fee. After you do 20 transactions at $250 each, you reach what we call icon status. And that's when you can receive up to your entire $16,000 cap that you've paid to the company back in the form of stock. After that, your transaction fee drops down to $75 per transaction for the rest of the year. By the way, for agents that work in high-end marketplaces and don't do as many transactions, the other way you can reach icon status and be eligible to earn your full $16,000 cap back in stock is to earn a total gross commission of $500,000 with at least 10 transactions. Okay, let's go back to the fees. There is a one-time $149 startup fee, which actually includes your first month's cloud brokerage fee. After that, your cloud brokerage fee is $85 a month, which pays for all the systems. A $25 per transaction broker review fee to make sure that all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, with a $40 per transaction risk management fee that caps at $500 per year. So you'll never pay more than $500 per year for E&O insurance. And that's it. eXp in a nutshell. The growth of this company is extraordinary. We are now at over 89,000 agents worldwide, and we're growing every day. eXp is the largest independent company on the planet, and it's the fastest growing real estate company in the history of real estate. Let that sink in. We're currently in the US, we're in Canada and the UK, Australia, and we just opened up in a whole host of other countries too. India, South Africa, Brazil, Portugal, and France. And there's so many more to go. The growth is astonishing to watch, and the collaboration and the support are absolutely incredible to experience. If you'd like to join us, we would love to have you. If you're not sure, share this video with your trusted friends and ask for their opinion on it, and then do the math. Create a 5-year game plan for yourself and run the sample numbers under this model. Remove constraints and imagine what your business and life could look like. If you have any further questions, use the link below to schedule a call on my calendar or come say hi to me on Instagram. You can find me at It's Michelle Norman. Listen, I am on a mission to help more agents, especially moms like me, to build businesses that better support our lifestyles, businesses that create new opportunities for growth, businesses that allow for long-term gains and that will provide new opportunities for me and my family, and I'd love for you to be a part of it. To all the moms, I'm here to tell you there is room for you in this industry. In fact, we need your hard-earned expertise and your unique perspective. You can build a robust and scalable business that integrates into your lifestyle, and I want to show you how. I'm so glad you're here, and I hope to talk to you soon.